Good morning, sir. I'm called Apomi Clinton. Here's my presentation for blockchain CA. So I'm using Visual Studio Code as the IDE. So to begin, I started by installing the extension Hat. Also, I installed Solidity, which provided me with which is a key programming language I used for creating my scripts. I also installed other extensions that will permit me deploy and execute the smart contracts. So I created an account on MetaMask. This account will primarily be used for transferring and sending funds. I created 3 other accounts which I'll use for interaction with them. I also created an account on Etherscan.io, which permits me to see contracts that have been deployed, details about the given contracts. I use Google Cloud Web3 faucet to transfer free Ethereum to my MetaMask Sepolia account. I also created an account on Alchemy, which enabled me to obtain an API endpoint which will help for connection between the 3 different platforms: MetaMask, Etherscan.io, and Alchemy. So the first task was to transfer tokens. So this is the primary script which was used for the transfer of tokens. So the JavaScript here actually deploys a token on the network. So I'm transferring token from the deployment address, which is this, to the recipient address, which is this. To deploy the script, came to my command line and I ran the following commands. I ran this command, which compiled the token, executed it with this command, and as such the script was successfully deployed. So the token was deployed to the address this, and it was verified using this. So after verification, I got this output: successfully submitted code for contract. And this transaction can be viewed online from Etherscan.io. From here, this is a contract that was deployed. So next step was to implement a script to transfer funds from one account to another, which I did. This is the script. I was transferring funds from the primary contract account to the recipient address, which was another account I created on MetaMask. So upon execution of this script using npx, which is this, I transferred 10 units to the recipient address, and as such the transaction was successful. And this is the hash of the transaction. Here is a link to the transaction online. Next part was to ensure multi-sign verification. This part was incorporated as part of this mytoken.sol script. Also, I had to do verification of credentials from Credential Store. So this was the primary script responsible for doing that. This one, and the key parameters that were checked were matriculation, that is the matricle number, department, and then with other parameters. So upon implementation of this script in the command line, I had this output. So initially, a verification fee of 50 needs to be deducted when the transaction is being initiated on the network. So after completion, a gas fee of this amount was also deducted. So upon conclusion, the contract could be verified using this other link. We shall now run it from this command line prompt, and we could see that the verification was successful. And going to Etherscan.io, the web version, we can see a list of all the transactions of all the contracts that were deployed to a network. Also, a unit test was run on different functions to ensure they were functioning properly. So this is the outcome of the unit test. Here's the script for the unit test. The script. It started by checking the core functionalities, that is basic transfer and receiving of tokens. It checked on multi-sign minting basics. So this was a basic script to do unit test, and all the tests were successful. The core functionality was correct, so allow token transfer between accounts checked, and this other test was successful. So I've come to the end of my presentation. Thank you.